Here's a whole bunch of train cars. I don't think our train is there. Okay, anyhow, this is overlooking the city of Vancouver with lots of high-rise. Monday morning, 7:30. We've got about 300 people getting on this train. Gold Leaf will be sitting up there, and the Silver Leaf is back there. Oh, and the rain is starting to come down. Here's our route today. Start in Vancouver and come east. It's about 300 miles. And going north. Now we're going to turn east again and come to Kamloops. Lots of lumber yards around here. Oh, lots of lumber. Those look like railroad ties. This is probably the Fraser River. No logs here, just fishing boats, I guess. This is the Fraser River Valley. We pass lots of farmland. The mile marker indicated Chilliwack, and I guess that's it over there in the distance. Lots of these berry fields, I guess, or bushes of some sort. I'll have to find out what they are. Those are blueberries. Don't look like the blueberries I picked in Scotts Valley when I was 14, I guess. We're in Yale. Gold Rush here.
On this section of the canyon, I was short-lived because that was a one-off. Nobody actually ever got arrested. So he came to open Yale, but they died in his parents' used to say.
This is the Fraser River Canyon. Water is moving quite swiftly.
Very difficult after that had occurred for the salmon, and the salmon run should return back to the spawning bed because 500 meters, 15 feet is too high for the salmon to jump over and continue upriver. And it devastated the salmon population in this area, and the salmon run for quite some time, about 30 years, until they came up with a proper solution to bring back healthy numbers, and that was actually done by introducing the salmon fish bait or salmon ladders. And what these are, they're structures on each side of the river, built with a series of rills, more rills on top of the structure. This slows down the water flow, and at a lower step allows it to swim in and up through that ladder over that step in the river. And so also during the summer, when it's at its highest water flow rate, the amount of water that pushes its way through this narrow passage can add up to 200 million gallons per minute, or about 750 million liters, which is actually twice the water flow rate that Niagara Falls experiences. It was so successful that they added more in different sections just leading up to Hell's Gate.
That white plaque is the highest level the river's ever been.
Was
after lunch, we're back in our seats. There's even some blue sky up there. Across the river is an active train track because we've seen trains on it. I wondered whether it was even functioning. It looks rather dicey. There's lots of slides in this area.
Yeah, over there by Goldgate Park. No, go by the Prestige.
This is near Cisco Crossing. Because I saw a sign marker and I looked on my map and that's where we're at. Oh, up there's snow in the mountains.
Taking a picture. Except you gotta get within. Except you gotta get within.
This train is still going on. I understand these trains can be 2 miles long.
Except you gotta get within.
Our speaker on the train said they get big fires up here all the time. We passed a town. It was totally burned out. The town was named Lytton.
Except you gotta get within.
As we were making our way past Rainbow Canyon. So on the left-hand side, you can already see that purple-colored rock at about 11 o'clock there. And then you also see some orange tones, reddish tones, and that comes from oxidation. So the first mineral oxide is copper, the second is iron. So what happens when an earthslide occurs, it triggers that earthslide detection fence, that sends a signal to, in that case it's Canadian National, so they would be, in Edmonton would be the rail traffic control center for that railway specifically. They would get a message, they would then respond by sending a crew out there to check the damage, to see if there is any damage, and then fix it if need be. If not, they would just then clear all traffic to proceed if it was safe to do so.
Fire went through here this last year. There's a mudslide. Must be really difficult to maintain this track with all this sliding. And there's a waterfall, Moray Fall. Evidently you can hike to it and swim in the water, but it's really cold. It's melted snow. Now we're coming up to the real Black Canyon. There's the front of the train, and we're near the back of the train, and we're going through a tunnel. Pretty rough out there, moving briskly. For what it's worth, this is the town of Ashcroft. Looks like the biggest town we've seen in hours. At least 2 churches. I see a red steeple and a green steeple.
So there's a lot of people that want to control cars and smaller homes and such, and they were all kind of closely prone to the ground. So luckily for the new part of the community, the fire was actually, but the nearby area where people live in Ashcroft was much more affected.
Where the wood came from out here, but here's another lumberyard. I don't see a lot of trees on these hillsides. A lot of them have been burned. There's an old farm, a little shack, a shed for the animals, and behind is this yellow stretch of mountain. Haven't seen that color anywhere. There's our train, and we're going to go right by that freight train that's just sitting there, I think. Huge osprey nest on top of the bridge. This is obviously coal. Kamloops Lake is 18 miles long, about a mile wide, and at its deepest point, it's 500 feet deep. Beyond what I would call driftwood, there are lots of trees down along the edge of the river. More driftwood all the way around this edge of the lake. Night was spent in a nice hotel.